This is the Big Human's Whiskey Journey, where he gets to taste a whiskey blind with no preconceived ideas, and we get his initial reaction. Now, the Big Human likes the Magi whiskey, which is made by Cat's Eye Distillery in Bettendorf, Iowa. But has he ever had their bourbon? I don't think so. In this episode, the Big Human gets to taste Cat's Eye Essence of Iowa totally blind. What does he think? Welcome to this edition of the Great American Whiskey Cookers. This is the Big Human's Whiskey Journey. We have a whiskey that's poured for us. Kirk poured it for us off camera. It's completely blind. The Big Human, who's sitting right here, he's kind of new to tasting through this whiskey, so we are blinding him on a whole host of whiskeys, and we're going to see just exactly what he thinks of it. So, Big Human, what are you going to give me on today? Well, we're going to see where we go with this. So go ahead and nose that, and I'm going to explain.
So I will say that I'm a little stuffed up due to the humidity and the weather. And
So it's midsummer here in Iowa. The humidity is quite high. But, so here's how this works. The Big Human is more of a collector. He has very few bottles that are open, a lot more that he's collected. You've got 4 bottles open? 40 bottles open. All of my bottles are open, every single one. So I'm taking him on a journey through a whole lot of different whiskey. Now, this whiskey's poured off camera. I picked a whole bunch of them. Kirk got to pick from all of the bottles, and he's choosing what we're going to drink. So even I'm kind of drinking this blind, even though I know a number of them that I picked. So I don't really know what he picked. What are you getting in this?
So, what I got on this one is very interesting. So I have a very the smell of ether.
Okay.
Like I'm sitting in the desk chair, but it's a pleasant experience, not the, oh my gosh, I'm going to get drilled on here.
Okay.
But it's basically a really nice smell for basically that ether. It's just like
have you tasted it?
Not yet.
Okay, so let's try it.
But I also had a little bit of a sweetness to it.
Now, these are all out of my collection. I think I have an idea what this is. But what are you getting on the taste?
It is watery on the palate.
Okay. I'd agree with that.
It's very approachable. It does not have a very harsh burn.
No.
It's now coming through on that finish. There's a little bit more of like the alcohol on the back side of it.
Yeah.
Very pleasant, very light on it. Still had that little bit of that ether on the palate.
Good or bad?
It's still good. I mean, I'm one that I kind of do like that ether smell. I mean, I'm sorry, but
so you don't. It doesn't bother you.
It doesn't bother me.
It's not a turn.
No,
right?
But it's
in the finish. Where are you at in the finish?
It's very short, but pleasant.
Doesn't last for very long.
No, it does not.
I'd agree with you that it's kind of watery or thin in the mouth. And I think Kirk actually said this because Kirk tried it off camera, and I think that's what he said. I would agree with that. I get kind of this almond taste. I do.
I like it.
Yep. And the finish is very short for me.
Yeah. It's very, to me, it's very low proof.
Okay. You want to know what we're drinking?
Yes, I do.
So we're drinking Cat's Eye, is what we're actually drinking. This is out of the Quad Cities. It's a really small distillery. They don't make a whole lot of stuff, but they have all sorts of different, they've got a number of different expressions. They're doing some really cool things. John is the master or the head distiller down there at Cat's Eye. It's a really fun place. They're doing some expansion. I know that for a fact. But this is a really easy drinking whiskey.
Yep.
Would you agree?
Yep. 80 proof.
80 proof. It's a very low proof. Yep. It's a very easy one to get into. And it's one that you can find here in Iowa. And I know that they've expanded their distribution some. They also have Nastis Reserve, and they're doing some other private barrels and some other expressions. They also do the Magi.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a big thing that a lot of people are looking for.
Yep. So, but that's higher proof, so you got to be careful.
It is higher proof. All right. So
that is.
Would you keep this?
Or have one.
There we go. See, and is it open?
Yeah. Well, no.
Okay.
No, it is not open. This is the second time you've given me this one, and this time is a little different experience for me. Last time I didn't quite get the flavors.
Okay.
So maybe my palate's improving and getting educated, but I'm starting to pull out a little bit more. And again, I can see why it's very approachable for a lot of different people. It's really good for the price too.
Yeah, and that's the whole purpose of a blind. You're only being influenced by the flavors in the glass. That's going to do it for us here at the Great American Whiskey Cookers. Until next time, I'm Jeff. Be good or be good at it.
Thank you.